Hi, I'm Jess, and there's something that's been bothering me for a pretty long time now. If you haven't guessed by the title of this video, it's fairy tales. We all read them as a kid, you know them, we love them. There are some flaws though. Snow White, she eats the apple, she dies, the dwarves bury her in, well, they don't even bury her. The dwarves put her in a glass coffin, and she sits there for a few years before the prince comes by. Her body doesn't decay at all, and then the prince kisses what he believes is a dead body. Ew. I also found this. Brave Little Tailor. Most of you probably haven't heard of it, because I honestly haven't heard of it. Wasn't really read this one, however, you know how fairy tales are supposed to be like morally correct and stuff? In this, pretty much the guy, he's not even brave, and he makes this old lady selling jam climb up like 3 flights of stairs, and then he taste tests and sniffs all the jam and then buys 3 spoonfuls of one of them, inconsiderate, and then he swats 7 flies at once with a piece of fabric. Like, what? He's so proud of this great achievement that he makes a bell that says 7 with 1 blow. Like, who cares? Then he continues to stuff a bird in his pocket and then trick a harmless giant. The giant doesn't do anything that evil to him, and he tricks the giant, and the giant ends up getting captured and I would assume executed as well. And then this tailor at the end of the story gets gold and treasures and is all rich and stuff. I'm like, yay, celebrating the world's douchebags. Rapunzel. There are so many flaws with this, like, oh my god, it doesn't end. Ugh. Sweet old Rapunzel is trapped in a tower. In this one, when she's the age of 12, she's shut in the tower. So she has 12 years of worldly experience up her sleeve. Whoop-de-doo. It's pretty much, princes are like, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And she chucks her hair and he climbs up it. So we've established that she is strong enough to hold the prince's weight with her hair. As we can clearly see in this image here, there is a hook on the window. The prince, when he climbs up, does not think to cut off Rapunzel's hair. Neither does Rapunzel. Rapunzel and the prince both together, they cannot even think of this. Cutting off Rapunzel's hair, tying it to the windowsill, and both of them climbing down and escaping. And even if Rapunzel was like, oh, but I love my hair, I don't want to cut it off, the prince could come back the next day with a giant piece of rope, and if he couldn't carry that up with him as he climbed, he could tie it to the end of Rapunzel's hair, have her lift all her hair up and the rope with it, so the rope is now up there. Then the prince climbs up, they tie the thing. The prince doesn't even have to climb up. Rapunzel could tie the thing to the hook and climb down, and they both skip off into the sunset. But no, that doesn't happen. Instead, the prince decides that every day he will bring a ball of yarn. A ball of yarn to the princess so that she can very, very slowly knit herself a ladder. Like, what? What is the logic behind that? People are so stupid in the Middle Ages. On top of this, the witch, who is smart enough to think to cut off Rapunzel's hair and tie it to the windowsill, which the prince then climbs up. So it's according to this book, it is stable enough to do that and have a person climb up and down it. And the witch thinks of that, but she somehow doesn't see the ladder slowly coming into fruition in the princess's little tower room. Like, it's a tiny little room at the top of the tower. I doubt there's many hiding places, if any. This goes on for weeks and weeks too, and the witch doesn't notice this happening at all, or why? Just why? The witches were like, your little songbird is gone and you will never see her again. The prince was beside himself with grief and leapt from the tower window. Why would you read a child that? Oh, the person that you don't really know died. You just think they're really sexy or whatever, and they died, so now you're gonna kill yourself. Like, no. Well, now I have that out of my system. Guess I will see you all on whatever day comes next. god.